All right, so in regards to the methods that we use to reach the public for our organizations, it's very much dependent on the type of organization and what type of public relations that we're doing. So some organizations need television interviews. Some organizations do okay with radio. I would say that is less and less almost every year, depending on the type of demographic and the market. For some of our organizations, it's a lot of social media, just the type of clientele that we have. But then again, it's not every avenue of social media either. So some examples. One of our oldest clients is a Dow chemical repackager. They're a 100-year-old ag chemical family-owned business. They are the manufacturer of the chemicals as well as being a repackager. So for them, it's specifically focused on trade magazines and being a part of industry events, relations through trade shows, and again, trade or industry specific type of media. A couple years ago, they came to us and they wanted to create a full-on social media campaign. I told them I would love for them to pay me to do that. I would love to take their money and we would put that all together, but I didn't feel like it was the best fit for the type of client that it was. No one's going to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook to find out about what bugs they kill or their latest sewer chemical for municipalities. It's just not interesting. If people are going to social media for a chemical company, it's generally to complain. And I didn't want to create a suppository or a depository, a warehouse for complaints. Just basically a cesspool where that's all that would happen. But what we directed to them to do was that they would connect us with all of their end user clients, so the stores that were actually selling the products to the consumer. And in that regard, for social media, we could set up social media accounts for the vendors who were directly talking to the human beings and could talk about sales and what was going on, things of that nature. Then on the other side, you have the startup community. Now, in the startup community, it is a lot of social media, and the type of people that they're reaching out to aren't watching the news every day, and they don't pick up a newspaper to a certain point. So when you're building up the initial energy and you're trying to get things going, you do a lot of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram posts, and then another form of public relations that most people forget about doing is speaking at events, putting clients in front of their target audience using programs like 1 Million Cups or Lean Labs demo days or Beta Blocks demo days, or getting them introduced to the right people at Spark Labs, so that they're presenting their future product, sometimes a product that actually doesn't exist. The inventor Stephen Key, who invented like everything that you love, Teddy Ruxpin, laser tag, CD display stands, in the 80s and 90s, he was like the guy. He advises, we've got him coming into town for an event in a few weeks, and he tells people, he tells inventors all the time that when you're putting together promotions and videos, and you're trying to connect with maybe your investors or the public, if in the case of if you're doing a Kickstarter, your prototype needs to look like it works. It doesn't need to actually work. You know, when it comes to the PR for an invention, it just needs to look like it functions, to get you in the door of the place you need to be to make a product that you actually can develop. And that's a lot of the startup community. Then on the entertainment side, we do a lot of video, for events and things of that nature, depending on the type of customer that it is and what their target demographic is, or even going back to the startup thing, once a startup reaches the point where it needs venture capital, then they need to be in newspapers. There needs to be some sort of press hype around that business, because the people who are going to be investing those dollars are either other successful startups, which they've already connected with previously through the social media or those targeted demographic targeting areas of media, and the older venture capitalists that may be in the 45, 55, 65 bracket, that guy who is still picking up the newspaper every day, or turning on the news, not getting his quick hits from his phone or something like that. We do a lot of film-related events for film companies, for the city's film commission and things like that, and those are solely done through social media. And we've got one coming up in a couple of weeks where we only release it to Facebook or Twitter 2 to 3 weeks maximum before the events happen. We build up a really hot buzz around it. We trickle out some of the facts about who's going to be there. The week before, we will get a well-known face on a couple of different television spots, and I haven't checked today, but it's probably sold out. We generally hit capacity at events like that using those types of public relations to connect with our audience and create a hype in a very quick, focused manner.